Hello, Phil Simborg here for the USBGF, red to play 5-5. To set the stage, the score is 3 away, 3 away. And by the way, you notice I'm always using the away score because that's the score that matters. It doesn't matter if the score is 1-1 in a match to 5 or 4-4 in a match to 8, you're 4 away and that's what counts. So that's going to matter to what the gammon values are and how important it is to win the game. Okay, so you're red, you have a double 5 to play. How are you going to play it? You can pause this recording if you like and take as much time as you like and then come back to it. Well, I really like to stop and think before I start looking at alternate plays. What is my big goal here? What am I trying to accomplish? And obviously you want to bring your checkers in, close the board, win the game, maybe win a gammon or two along the way, and win the match with the gammon. Gammon values, I always keep that in my mind. Gammon value here is about 50%. The gammon is about half as important as winning and losing the game, and especially with this high roll, there is a reasonable chance to win some gammons here. However, the game is still at risk. If you just play it quietly, what I call the pedestrian play, which is about to knock everything on the floor with my foot. But if you make the pedestrian play of just bringing these checkers around, let's see where they go. 2 checkers here, and I think you could easily split these, and anybody would. This is a pretty good play. This looks pretty safe. What's blue going to do? He's going to make this point or this point. His board's going to get stronger. You're going to bring your board in, and if you roll well, you'll close the board. And in the meantime, he's moving his checkers in, and your gammon chances are going down. And also, he's building a better board. He's going to build some points here. And if you do get a bad roll and have to leave a shot and get hit, you could easily still lose this game. So that's what's wrong with the pedestrian play. It could turn out right, but there are some downsides to it. Is there another play that you might want to make? I'm going to put the position back. Put it backwards. Oh, I know why, because I originally saved it the other way and swapped the board. So I'll swap the board again. Okay, so what other play would you make? What would you consider here? Well, I think it will surprise a lot of people that the right play is to switch from the 6 point and make the ace point. Let me show you what XG has to say about this. XG makes both inner board points. And the second best play is to bring them down and make the inner board point and just make the ace point and leave the 2 and 6 open. Making the switching plays, especially giving up your 6 point, is at first counterintuitive. The goal, of course, is to make it intuitive when it's right. Why would you make this play? So that's the first question you should always ask yourself when you see a play that surprises you, that isn't the play that you would have made, or even it wasn't even on your radar. Why? What's the advantage? Try and think of why XG did this. Well, I know why XG did it. XG did it because when you hit ++ and it rolls the game out 360 times with variance reduction, it wins more games and gammons. The combination of games and gammons, it wins more by switching. And the numbers will always verify that it's the right play. Not switching, you actually do win about 2% more games than you do with the number 1 switching game, but look what happens to gammons, about 18% more. With a gammon value of 0.5, those 18 gammons are worth equivalent to 9 wins. So you're giving up 2 wins to get 9 wins when you consider the gammon values. That's a huge number. So that's why XG does it. XG doesn't have any theory other than crunching numbers. It's a computer. So we have to find out a reason. Well, first of all, when you take him off the ace point, let's not worry about the other 2 yet. When you take him off the ace point, he's in the air. When he's in the air, he's not moving checkers. He dances here 16 times, which is about 44% of the time. He doesn't come in, so no checkers move. And even if he comes in, he's wasted some of his movement by having to come in from the bar. So that's one thing that's an advantage for putting him up. Another thing is he'll never have your ace point again. And that's a pretty aggravating place to have your opponent if you're trying not to leave a shot. If he were to come in, for example, on the 6, wouldn't that be delightful that you have him out of your hair and you can go behind him? As a matter of fact, that's one of the major reasons why this becomes the right play. Number 1, he's more likely to dance. Now he's dancing every time unless he rolls a 6. There's 11 sixes, so there's 25 rolls that dance. Pretty good percentage of the time. About 70% of the time he doesn't even come in, and again, he's not moving forward. And you can skip past the 6 point. If he does come in with a 6 anytime soon, unless it's a perfect combo that hits you, you can pick and pass and bring this game home much more safely this way. So I always say that this is one of the plays that the experts see that intermediates and beginners will often miss, the switching play, and especially switching off the 6, which is really something you don't normally think of doing, but we're seeing it's right more and more often. You're going to win this game a lot more, and I'm sorry, you win a lot more gammons this way and bring it home much more safely. So start thinking about these switching plays. They're often missed. The other plays that are often missed that experts see are the trap plays where you intentionally leave a shot. You usually don't do that unless your opponent's board is crashed, and getting hit is not going to hurt you, particularly it might even help you. And a third play is the loose hit or loose slot, where you take a big chance, make the big play, and it looks like if you get hit you could easily lose, but if you don't get hit you're a big winner. Those kind of gambling plays are particularly right more often when it is DMP, or when your reward for winning is so much bigger than the reward for losing. Or, of course, every single play is only good or bad when you compare it to the alternative play. So sometimes that big play is right simply because the alternative play is still pretty risky, or will lead to a risky position anyway, so you might as well take the big chance now, and if you get away with it you can win. So keep those 3 kinds of plays in mind. This is a good example of a switching play that most people I don't think would see. Hope it will help you see them in the future. Bye-bye.